What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Hey. What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. So the Atlanta Falcons are on a bye week. There is no game preview for Friday, but I thought I could make a fun little video, and I've never done this before, and I'm really excited. I thought I would go over 5 things that I predicted right and wrong for the Atlanta Falcons so far, because it's only midway through the season. And let's just get straight into it. For this list, because it's only midway through the season, I'm not going to do 5 things I got right, 5 things I got wrong, because, I mean, gosh, that is a lot of things to point out for midway through the season. I'm just going to mention 5 things total in this video that I got right or wrong, if that makes sense. The numbers in green are things I got right, the numbers in red are things I got wrong. But before we begin, there are 2 things from the Atlanta Falcons this year that simply, I just don't know if I got this right or wrong, to be honest with you, so I want to know your thoughts. And the first one is, Todd Gurley will be a weapon for Atlanta's offense. I don't know if he is or not at this point. He's got 159 attempts, 584 yards, and 9 touchdowns for the season so far. What is crazy is that that's kind of about the exact stats I thought he was going to have midway through, and I thought he was going to reach probably around 800 yards and double-digit touchdowns by the end of the season. And to be honest with you, that looks like that's going to happen. He's probably going to get 800 yards and double-digit touchdowns. Yeah, he looks like he's going to have that for sure. Statistically, he's actually doing great. But when you watch the game, there's some games where you're like, I don't know, the run game's not really getting going. Todd Gurley looks slow. I don't know if we should re-sign him. And then there's some games where you're like, Todd Gurley looked great, man. I mean, they got the running game going. Keep this up. So, I don't really know what to say about Todd Gurley. Just let me know what you guys think in the comments below on that one. And then the other one is the secondary is our biggest problem. And I do still think it is our biggest problem, but I predicted them to be like a big freaking disaster. Like they're like an actual huge disaster. They are so horrendously bad. Yeah, I thought the secondary was going to be really bad. In the beginning of the season, it was. It was actually terrible. It was the worst secondary I've seen play my whole life watching the NFL. It was really bad. Isaiah Oliver was just a joke out there. Demonte KZ got injured for the season, but, I mean, even when he was out there, he looked really bad. Ricardo Allen didn't look good. Keanu Neal did not look good. AJ Terrell was making a couple mistakes. The secondary was atrocious. But ever since Raheem Morris took over, the secondary has actually kind of been decent, to be honest with you. Keanu Neal has looked amazing. AJ Terrell has been good. Isaiah Oliver is kind of bouncing back, but, you know, I don't really expect him to stay good. I still would cut him. Ricardo Allen still is he's still struggling, though. But, yeah, the secondary is still our biggest problem, but the only reason I'm putting this on the whole I don't know if I got this right or wrong list is because they don't look as atrocious as I thought they were going to be. But at the same time, in the beginning of the season, they did. And at any moment now, this secondary could screw things up. I'm just being honest with you. We have a really tough schedule coming up against the Saints, the Bucks, the Raiders, and the Chiefs. And even Justin Herbert might throw some dimes against our secondary. This is a big task. If they look atrocious, I would say I got this right. If they don't, I guess I would say I got this wrong. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Alright, so let's get into the 5 things I predicted right or wrong for the Atlanta Falcons in 2020 so far. And the number one thing that I got right, and I'm so proud of this take, man. I remember I said Foye Oluokun is an underrated linebacker, and he has done nothing but proven that time and time again after all these freaking games. You know, I love Deion Jones, and when we got Deion Buchanan for a while, I was like, I like this signing, but don't sleep on Foye Oluokun. He's a smart player. He's an aggressive tackler. He's apparently really good at the blitz, or on the blitz, whatever. And yeah, man, he looks like he's probably even going to get a contract extension soon. Foye Oluokun is definitely making a case to be one of the better linebackers in the league, to be honest with you. He just won his, I think this is his first NFC Player of the Week award last week. He was really good. And, you know, people were saying, oh, we should draft Isaiah Simmons. Foye Oluokun is not proven. Oh, we should get, you know, this linebacker. Nah. Well, I think Foye Oluokun has proved we do not need a linebacker, and our linebacker situation is indeed set. We are set with Deion Jones and Foye Oluokun. I am so proud of that take, man. I said he was underrated. He definitely is. People are catching on to it. Pay that man. Proud of that take. Proud of him. Moving on. Now, the second take that I got wrong for the Atlanta Falcons. All right, you know what? I'll admit it. Calvin Ridley proved me wrong. I said that he was not a wide receiver number one. No, I never said he doesn't have potential to be a wide receiver number one. I thought he had potential. I liked his work ethic. I liked the traits he could bring in. He's an elite route runner. He has good hands. He actually has a better contested catch rate than I thought he did. The only reason I was hesitant to say he wasn't a wide receiver number one is because at the time, I mean, this sounds silly now, but at the time I thought it made sense. He didn't really, like, you know, bring in a huge fear factor to me. Like, if Julio Jones was in the game, yeah, the defense they're going to have to do everything they can to double team him, triple team him, whatever, because they know he's going to catch on to the ball. But with Calvin Ridley, I feel they always looked at him as, okay, well, let's cover him. We don't need to double team him, but let's cover him. And, you know, when Calvin Ridley was out in the game, Falcons fans, to me, were always like, at least we have Julio Jones. But if Julio Jones was out, people were like, okay, hopefully Ridley can get things together. Like, to me, it just sounds like, you know, in my head at the time, I was like, it doesn't sound like people are so freaking confident he's a wide receiver number one. But congratulations, Calvin Ridley. You have proved me wrong. You are a wide receiver number one. You are indeed a fear factor. Your route running is elite. You have great hands. He has 43 receptions, 657 yards, and 6 touchdowns. He is killing it. And he has slowed down a little bit in the season right now, but I think he's still going to be good to finish out the season. He seems to always do that. I don't know why. Like, in the beginning of the season, he's always killing it, and then he kind of slows down, and he's always short of 1,000 yards. Hopefully that's not the case here. He's looking good, like he's going to reach 1,000 yards. So yeah, man, Calvin Ridley proved me wrong. The third thing on this list that I actually got right was about Dan Quinn. It's not that Falcons fans were like hyping him up like he was the best coach of all time or anything, but there were Falcons fans kind of quietly saying, hey man, Dan Quinn, you know, the players fought for his job. I think you should give him a chance. Don't be so negative on him. Give him a chance. Root for him. And I'm just like, I'm sorry I have to keep saying this over and over, but I'll believe it when I see it when it comes to Dan Quinn. To me, he has not proven to me that he is a head coach that is capable of leading this team to the playoffs. Like, at all. Like, I don't think he's ever done that, honestly. You can maybe say 2017, but Kyle Shanahan and Matt Ryan made that 2016 Super Bowl happen, and then 2015, 2018, and 19, and 2020, I think it's pretty safe to say Dan Quinn has nothing to do with the Falcons' success, if they had any those years. But anyway, yeah, man, I didn't really believe in Dan Quinn. I thought he had a lot to prove. He's just too nice. He's too nice. He's a good guy, yes, but too nice. You know, like, he doesn't really discipline his players. You know, he doesn't prepare. He's just definitely a guy that just kind of wants to get along with his team. He doesn't really want to, like, actually try to change anything. And in case you're wondering, Dan Quinn is fired. That's kind of all you really need to know on if Dan Quinn is a good coach or not for the Atlanta Falcons. Well, he went 0-5 in 2020 and he got fired. Moving on. So the fourth thing on this list that I got wrong, Hayden Hurst will have a breakout season. And honestly, I don't know how I got this wrong. I really don't. I'm sorry. I don't want to sound, you know, arrogant or egotistic. That's not my intention. But I'm going to be honest here. I don't know how I got this wrong. This guy is athletically gifted. He's quick. He has good hands. He's strong. I mean, he's a do-it-all tight end, really. Like, he really has it all. And Matt Ryan is known for utilizing tight ends. I mean, Hayden Hurst literally said it in an interview one time when he was going to Atlanta. He's like, I'm going to a place that utilizes tight ends. I'm very excited. Thank you, Baltimore, for all that you've done, but I'm going to a better place. And for some reason, man, they just cannot get Hayden Hurst going. 37 receptions, 411 yards, and 3 touchdowns. You know, I really don't know why this is happening. Granted, you have some really good playmakers outside of him. Like, you got Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Russell Gage, Olamide Zaccheaus looks good. So maybe that's what it is. But I don't know. You would think Hayden Hurst, the freaking tight end that Matt Ryan loves using, and the athletically gifted, much more talented tight end than Austin Hooper, you would think he gets something going. But no, apparently they can't. It's kind of frustrating, to be honest with you. Now, I do think he can maybe turn this thing around. You know, they're having a bye week. They're trying to get this figured out, and maybe they can utilize him a little more. Maybe he can bounce back. But so far, I'm not looking right on that. And then the last thing on this list that I got right. Now, this one I was a little hesitant to say I was right about, because for the first few weeks, it looked like I was correct, like 100%. Then, for a while, I looked like I was wrong 100%. And then, as the weeks went by, I was like, okay, yeah, I think I'm ready to say it. I was right about the pass rush finally being an elite force. Now, maybe it's not, you know, that elite, but it is a good weapon for the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons do, in my opinion, have a good pass rush. I think at this point they proved it. They have 19 sacks for the season. They surprisingly have the number 1 pass rush win rate at 56%. And even more surprising, Grady Jarrett is the highest defensive tackle, or let me rephrase that. Grady Jarrett, as far as defensive tackles go, he is number 1 in the pass rush win rate at 26%. Yes, that's actually higher than Aaron Donald, who places in at number 2 at 21%, I want to say. Somehow. And then when Takk McKinley was on the field, he at least looked good. Dante Fowler is getting it together finally. Man, I think I'm ready to say that this pass rush is a good weapon for the Atlanta Falcons. Looked like I was right on that. And I hope they get better from here. But that's only midway through the season. Let's see what else happens for the Atlanta Falcons. And I cannot wait to make a video saying what I got right and wrong after the season. And there will be more things to talk about than just 5. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Other than that, I will see you guys with a video this Tuesday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Love and appreciate you all for the support. As always, rise up.